Well, we're joined again by Oliver Morrison, and we're continuing to talk about his book, 2020, The Year That Tried to Kill Me. And just before we start properly, I think it's probably important just to remind people what the basic idea of the book is and your story, basically.
Yeah, okay, it's easy for people to assume that the story is another COVID-19 story, which it isn't. COVID-19 was just a backdrop to the story, basically. But the pandemic was just something that was happening in the background that made everything that was happening just that little bit harder. It's about two real severe health issues that I had. I don't want to give away too much, which weren't related. There was one at the beginning of the year and there was one at the end of the year. Yeah. And the one at the end of the year was actually life-threatening. It's quite severe. And the book's about how I dealt with it, really. Like I say, how I dealt with it during the pandemic, because obviously my family and friends weren't allowed to be with me in the hospital during that time. And it was just a crazy year, really, for me.
Yeah. And I guess it being in 2020 hasn't helped anyway, because of just the fear of the pandemic adds to it.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It was absolutely crazy. I mean, the hospitals were pushed to their limits, if you like. And obviously, you're right. The fear of actually getting COVID-19 while being ill or something else was an issue that I had to tackle as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you've managed to get quite a lot of good reviews on the book so far, haven't you?
Yes, the reviews have been very humbling. At the moment, each review that comes through tends to be a 5-star review and very positive, which is always a good thing. There's been a very good review from Bookmark, who's a Facebooker. He's one of the top 500 reviewers. Kudos to him for actually taking the time to read my book and review it.
Yeah. And have there been particular things that you've noticed that people have liked the most about the book?
Yeah, I think the surprise of it not being a sob story, a lot of people, like I say, will automatically assume that it's about COVID and it's about how I dealt with COVID, but it's really not. And I think the surprising elements in it is the humour and the positivity of the book, given the actual subject matter of the subject matter being so harrowing.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking on the Amazon reviews here as well, there are absolutely no negative ones. Actually, none under 4 stars as well, and the vast majority are 5 stars.
That's right. Yeah, that's why I'm very pleased with the reviews, and I put a lot of hard work into the book. I never set out to be an author. I'm not, I do class myself as an author. I'm just somebody who has had a story to tell, if you like.
Yeah, because they say that everyone's got a book in them, and I guess it doesn't have to be fiction.
No, that's right. Like I say, academically, I was never set out to write a book or anything, but because of the circumstances and because of how intense that experience was, I just felt I had to write it, if not for myself, but for the entertainment of others as well.
Yes. Now, because it's been over a year now since the worst of it happened, how are you feeling about it?
Well, I had my last op about 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will be the last op on the aneurysm. I've just been getting stronger every day. Back at work full time. I'm taking each day as it comes. It's going to be a while before I'm doing cartwheels, but I'm heading in the right direction. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, and are you kind of optimistic about the future?
Yeah, I am. I think when you read the book, you'll see yourself that my positivity in me is quite big, and it's basically giving me a new lease of life. and a new perspective of it. As in that, life is very short when you think of the grand scale of things. So, what we do is quite important, what we make of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when you were writing the book, would you say that it was quite a cathartic experience for you?
It was therapeutic, to be fair, because it helped me deal with what had happened to me in a way, post traumatic way, and it was quite good for my recovery because it kept me focused on something rather than just sitting there watching cat videos on YouTube all day.
Yeah. And I guess the thing is, maybe because of the pandemic and the situation that you were in, you might have been inside a lot more than a lot of people, so you would have had something to keep you occupied.
That's right. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's right. Post operation, when I come out from from the first aneurysm, I was indoors 24/7.
Yeah.
Because I was at risk as well. I was at high risk because I just had a major operation. I was at high risk of an infection. It was very important that I stay shielded as well. So it was a good way to occupy my mind, as it were.
And how does that work? Would you still be high risk now?
No, not at the moment because I'm double jabbed now. I've had both vaccines. I've had my flu vaccine. I'm on blood thinner, so I've got to be a little bit careful with bumps and bruises. But that's only for the next 3 to 4 months. But I'm getting stronger every day. I'm not as high risk as I was say 12 months ago.
Yeah. And one of the great things as well is that you've had a feature in the local newspaper, which must be quite exciting.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, no, fair dues to the local newspaper, the Osprey Advertiser. I got in touch with them showed them my press release, and just basically put a question out there: would they be interested to do a feature? And they jumped straight on it and put me in the paper at the weekend.
Wow.
A couple of weekends ago, did a full feature on me.
Yeah.
So that was quite humbling.
Yeah, that's quite exciting because it's like free promotion.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Yeah. And you've got a website as well, of course. What can we find on there?
Right, so I've got a website. It's Oliver Morrison.co.uk. And it's basically the Twisted Books site. Twisted Books is the publishing side of what I do. And you can find, obviously, 2020, the year that tried to kill me, on there, and all its outlets. But you can also find the other books that I published, which are a trio of self-help books, if you like, or guidebooks called Life Tools. One's on project management, one's on marketing, and the last one is a guide to self-healing of the mind, body, and spirit, done by Louise Adams, which has been very popular. And also there's 2 low-content journals on there that I designed. One's my bucket list journal, Top 100 Adventures, where you can obviously detail all your bucket list adventures that you've been on. And the other one is my concert and festival journal, which is a journal to document all the concerts and festivals you go to post pandemic, obviously. Where you can just document your favourite DJs, tracks, who you went with, and the venue you went to, and stuff like that. There's an autograph page at the back, and a ticket stub memory token page at the back as well.
Wow, yeah. So, where are all the places we can find the book if we'd like to read it?
Well, the main places is basically Amazon.
Yeah.
So it'd be Amazon in the UK, Amazon in America as well, and also Audible, because obviously the audiobook version is out now as well.
Oh, yeah.
There is other places you can get it, but mostly the American market, like Barnes and Noble as well. There's another outlet for the book.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for coming on the show again. It's been great to chat with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.